What's going on YouTube? Kind of a hopefully fix it video. This is my 72-inch Samsung DLP. A few days ago I had it go out on me. It blew a puff of smoke out the back. Smelled like, stunk up the room like burnt popcorn, and it would constantly turn on and off. So I read online that everybody who's had this problem had the same thing. It turned on and off by itself. It wouldn't stop turning on and off unless it was unplugged, and their living room stunk really bad after it. So I've already pulled this apart, and I'm gonna I just got the new part in today for it, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do this and hopefully fix this because I haven't tried it yet. Set the camera down here, see if I can get a good feed on that. Always kind of nice. I don't know if this is going to be kind of dark or not, but we'll have to see how this goes. So I'm trying to get this camera to stay still for this. Alright, I'm hoping everybody can see this. First thing, you want to take off all the screws around the perimeter. And then there's one here and one here that you'll need to take off. And these two down here where it looks like the base is bolted to the chassis, you're going to have to take those off also. You do not need to take off the access panel for the bulb, because it's just screwed to this panel. It's not screwed to the chassis of the TV. It will be a little bit stiff to get it off for the first time, but I've already had it taken off. On my particular TV, the problem lies with this board right here. The capacitor in the back, the top blew off of it. There are 4 wire harness plugs that need to be unplugged in order to pull it out. So don't go all gung-ho, you know, just unscrewing these 2 screws and then ripping the board out. I've already unplugged the harnesses, as you can see, because I already had the board out. These 2 may look confusing, but the plug on the board, they're exact opposite of each other, but they look identical here. The plugs on the board are exact opposite, so you can't get them screwed up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take those 2 screws out and take that board out. Get this camera to frickin' set right. Alright. Screwdriver. I'm going to take this one out. While you've got this open, it would be a good idea to clean the inside of the TV. These screws are a little bit tough to get out because they're going into metal. This square hole right here, as you can see, the metal is bent down and it kind of grips this hole, and this cradle that the board is set on is on a track, so as you pull it out you'll have to unplug the harness right here, here, and there'll be one single harness right there on this little strand, on that little metal piece there. So we'll set this over here for now. I don't advise taking a bunch of canned air or an air hose if you got it and blow around in here, because that can get inside the TV and create like a dust film on the inside of the screen. You really don't want that. I would take a small rag or something. This is where your bulb is for your access panel, so you'd lift up on this tab and pull that out. If you want to take the bulb out, you know, and wipe down in there. Take this screw out, and then your handle will pull up, open like this, and then you would just pull your bulb out. I've already done that. Be a good idea to wipe down the fan blades. And back in here, way back in there, if you look in there, there is a fan. Let's see if I can get the camera to go in there. You can see there is a fan right here, right there, and it's a pretty large fan. So if you want to get something to wipe that down in there, just to kind of get the dust off of it a little bit, you know, kind of give it a little bit of a cleaning. But for right now, I will show you the difference in the two boards. This board right here, you can see right here these two capacitors. As you can see, this one's melted, and if you look in there, it's also split. Let's see if I can try and get a good shot of that. The capacitor is split in there. So this is probably what went bad and blew up. If you guys are looking for a board like this, I got mine at Herman Electronics. And there's also another name that they go by as well. I don't have it in front of me right now. But what we'll have to do is we'll take the board off that caddy, put on this one. As you can see, the boards are completely identical, but the new board, the capacitor is not melted and is not blown out on the side. So this board through Herman Electronics cost, after tax and shipping, all that stuff, it ended up being $102, but there was a $30 core charge. So it ends up being supposed to be $58, but I really don't care on the price. I just wanted to get my TV fixed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out 4 screws out of the board. One here, 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 and right there. And that'll pull this board off the chassis. So I'll do that now. And all I'm doing is just holding it in the palm of my hand and taking the screws out right now. Now this is kind of a sloppily done video, but I don't care. I haven't seen another video on YouTube that shows how to fix these or attempt to fix this problem, so I figured I'd try my hand at doing it. As you can see, that the board is not under any metal tabs, it's sitting on top. So when you take the cradle out, you'll see here. Now this black plate will be really dusty. I suggest wiping that off. I've already done so. Where these tabs right here, looks like the board would slide under it, you know, and hold it down. That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to sit on top of the screw tabs. So I'm going to take the new board and I'm going to put that in right now. And if you're kind of wondering, after you got the plate off, how to put the board on, just remember that the metal bracket that you unscrewed to get this out of the TV is on the bottom, along with the four plugs. So we'll set this in place. Like so. Just set it on there, and then you put your 4 screws back in. If you are wondering where the screws are supposed to go, because you forgot in this couple of minutes. There's only 4 spots you can put them. I also did a 3D video on this TV because I purchased the Mitsubishi 3D conversion kit for this TV, and I put that on YouTube as well. If you want to check that out, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that tell you to rate and subscribe, because frankly I really don't give a shit. I put this stuff on here to almost like an informational type of series, kind of help out a little bit where I can. I'm not really interested in ratings or any crap like that. It's not what I'm into, but I will be doing more videos soon. I just purchased a 69 Mercury Cougar that we're going to be restoring, and I will put the videos up on YouTube, whatever we do to that Cougar. I'm doing it as kind of like a video documentary, documenting everything we do to the car and everything else, so I'm not really worried about subscribers. I'm not worried about ratings. I could give a shit less. I just do this for the hell of it. Okay, so now we've got our board in. We've got metal tab, the 4 sockets for the wires, so we will go ahead and put this in now. First one you want to do is this single wire, single socket, and that will just slide right on top of that pin. Now the other 2 here, you're gonna have one with the black ball type deal on it, and that will go on the middle one. The one without it will go next to the single wire. So we'll get these plugged in and get this started on the track, on its track, and then you'll want to take your long one. Oops. You're going to take your long one, and we will plug this into the long
Dad,
socket.
I made my bed.
Get this on track here. We are having an issue with the wiring being wound up. I suggest it's not a really good idea to have your wiring crisscrossed at all. Didn't even think about that when I went to put it in. Like I said, this is first time doing this, putting this in. So if I screw up, who cares? Not really worried about it. Track. It'll be kind of difficult to see once you start plugging them in, getting this thing on its track, because it's actually kind of a pain in the ass. You gotta want to make sure you don't get any wires hooked on anything as you're putting it in. So we are sitting. I'm gonna have to get in here and look at this. There we go. Now she's on track. Or maybe not. That's in there. What is binding on it? Why is it binding? Okay, there we go. Now she fell into place. Alright, so now we will take our 2 screws and screw this into here. When doing electronics, I always use a screwdriver. Yes, it may be a little bit more sloppy, but you're not I don't use a drill to do this because of the fact that if you get it cross-threaded, all that drill's going to do is just ruin the hell out of the screw and out of the hole, and now you have one less hole to put a screw in, which could lead to problems down the road. So now what I have to do now is put all the screws back in around the perimeter and here, plug it in, fire it up, and see if it works. So I will do that now. And never tighten them down until you have all the screws in, because these plastic panels, they can flex and move. You want to make sure that they're all in before you start tightening anything down. Now you can go through and tighten them all down. Don't really need to torque the crap out of them because there really isn't going to be any vibration from the TV being on besides the cooling fans, and I don't see them being off balance very much. everything was tightened down. And now we're going to turn this TV around and see if it works. DLP TVs aren't really all that light, but they're not super big and bulky either. Let me take this, turn that here. Lined up. Probably scratching the crap out of the top of the stand, but not really worried about that. I just want to see if this thing is fixed or if I need to buy a new TV. So let's this over here. I will get everything hooked up. Really quick. HDMI 3. Find the plug to the TV back here. Let's see if this works. Alright. Just turning on. Well, she's working now. Trying the PS3, see if it works. See if everything works on here. Alright. And that's what we're going to turn my 69 Cougar into, is something like this. Alright, well, that seems to work it, and that's how you fix one of those. If you're wondering where that place is again to get the part, it's hermanelectronics.com, Herman electronics.com. Later.